Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are well. It's Rachel here, and I just have some new journals that I've been working on. I'm sorry if I don't know how well you can see. Maybe I can move up a little bit. They're just art journals, so they're plain inside, but they're done in my larger book covers that I have. So where the spine was, I've got 7 of them, and where the spine was damaged, I've covered them in fabric or with a piece of lace. You'll see the other ones. And most of the books the book covers, I should say, date to the late 1800s or early 1900s, except for one, which is around the 1970s, but it was in lovely condition. And I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. I actually have one myself, which you've seen before. This one, I made it with you guys, and I put some old velvet on the cover, and I've been working in mine and really enjoying it. I've been doing Wendy Brightbill's Joy Chronicles course, so I'll link that in the description box, and so I'll just show you the first page in the journal, and it's really fun. And so these journals are done in a very similar fashion. So I'll show you them quickly. So this is, I've given them letters. There's one listing, and then you'll see the letter, and each photograph has the letter on it. So this is letter G. It has this beautiful linen because the spine was quite damaged, and it was just a textile sort of spine, but the cover's lovely. So inside, I just wanted to explain a few things. Inside there's a big bag and an envelope. The envelope will vary. You'll see that. I'm not going to show you inside. I put some things in to play with, but I just want to show you the types of pages. There's going to be ledger papers, just old book pages, because I found these pages take color quite well. And then of course you can collage on them. This is a mixed media piece of paper, just some old book page, no printables, and they're plain, just ledger paper. This is a map, and in one of them I put one signature up the right way and one signature the wrong way, and so I just thought, well, you'll be decorating it anyway. Some pages are smaller, and I thought they could be extended as well, or it can be fun to see what's underneath on the previous page. So I thought they're really fun pages to play with. And as I said, I put in the vintage or antique. Some are antique, some are vintage. That's sketching paper. This is watercolor. That's watercolor paper. This is what's it called? Mixed media paper. And then there's that map that opens out. So that's really fun to work on. That's watercolor. We've got some straw paper in there. See these little pages? You could extend them or do them small like that. A little bit of, what's that called? Calendar. So just a variety, and these can both be extended. And then I didn't do anything on the cover here because I felt like that should be up to the person, like what I did on mine. And also here, this could all be decorated as well. You don't have to leave it like that. So that's G. I'm not showing them well, I'll try and show them in order. So that would be the last one. This is the next one. It has a beautiful leather spine. It was from the 1800s, and they've all got hand-stitched elements. I sat and hand-stitched these yesterday. It's a little bit of my painted fabric. So this would be number A, letter A, I should say. Again, the same as before, super old page, and then this is again has one signature. So just the similar types of papers. I won't go right through them. So there are a couple that have 2 signatures, and then the rest all have 1 signature. Some have a floating spine, 2 of them don't. So because this was curved, and I felt like the pages will sit better if it's floating. Now let me find B. I think this is B. So this one has quite a big spine, but it's squished because it's very old. It had a little bit of a damage here, so I've put the beautiful lace around it. And so that's B. We'll put that inside. And then it's all been hand stitched. Again, the envelope. This one had lovely end paper as well, and then similar papers, but this one has 2 signatures, so there will be a very slight price variation if there's 2 signatures. But this is the one where I put 1 signature up the right way and 1 signature upside down, so you'll just have to work around that because I'm a bit of a dingaling. I couldn't believe I did that. and it was already glued in by the time I did, you know, like by the time I realized. So this is another one. They bought the ones with the curved spines have floating spines because I have floating signatures. So that one again, another lovely leather spine. I want to say that's C. We'll just put that inside. Stitched element here. I didn't want to cover up the spine, so I put it over there. And also, if you've taken any of Wendy's courses, she paints on the covers as well. So she puts clear gesso on and then she paints on there, which is really cool. So that's why I wanted to leave them fairly simple. Again, similar pages. I think this one has 2 signatures. I left that plain. Look, there was this was a recycled, they'd recycled a book cover because I found book cover underneath there. But again, the similar mix of papers, sometimes music paper in them. This is D. This is beautiful, this book cover. This is the biggest. I put the biggest measurement and the smallest measurement, and the other ones are all in between as measurements. This one had a little crack here, but it has this beautiful leather spine here, and that's all been hand stitched. And then similar idea, a little surprise in there. This can all be decorated. And then really old book pages. This one I put some of the original pages in because I had those. Sometimes I just bought the covers, sometimes I had original pages to put in. And this has 1 signature. So nice big books. They don't have to be used for art journaling. Like you could do other things in there. You could use them as just collage books, or as some sort of journal. Like they could be just like a brief holiday travel journal even. This one is actually really light. Then E, that was D. E is this beautiful, I mean, look at that spine. It's really gorgeous. So I just put the little hand stitch element there. And then, and this had this end paper too that I put a piece back in there, and then it's in the 2 ends as well. And I hinged them. Now I didn't do any stitching on the hinging. I just glued them so you can be collaging over the top, because I didn't want the stitching to sort of interfere with any sort of, you know, artwork sort of thing, if you know what I mean. So again, similar sort of pages. I won't go through them all. And this one has 2 signatures. I left them so that they're quite, you know, look at that. So they've got lots and lots of room to grow, because if you're doing mixed media in there with fabrics and stitching and that sort of thing, they're going to expand. And then this is the one that's from the 1970s, but gorgeous green cover. And that is perfect if you've done any of Wendy Brightbill's courses, Tattered and Frayed, where she paints on the covers. This one's going to be perfect. This is gorgeous, hand stamped antique hemp from here. And it's been stamped with the wood blocks, which is, and these ones are very typical to this region. And same thing inside. And lots, and where I had 1 signature, I added a few more pages to the signature. So there's plenty to work with there. Absolutely plenty, and lots of fun to be had. So I hope you enjoyed seeing those. I just wanted to use some of these wonderful book covers that I have that were floating around, and I'll probably do another round, but I just need to gather up some more, and then I can make more. They actually take a bit of time to, even though they're plain inside, they did take a bit of time because I had to hinge pages and find pages that were big enough, but they're really, really lovely. So with the listing, you'll just see them all standing up next to each other because they looked really pretty. So yeah. So yeah, I love that fabric. That's gorgeous. That one really needed the piece of fabric around the edge. This one didn't need it so much, but I just wanted to make it more interesting. So that one and that one and that one, they're the ones that had a little bit of damage. So they've got fabric inside to make them stronger in here. So you can see in there. And then they've got the floating as well. So they're pretty strong. And then where there was a little bit of damage, I've glued down some fabric as well, or a bit of fabric. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.